Wow. We did it. We did it, dear ones. We did it. We have arrived. Part 5 of the 5-part free series, The Great Awakening. This is my offer. This has been an answer that I could gift to our world. However it plays out, it's running its own way, right? Because that's what we do as human beings. We care, we step up, we make an offer, we put it out there. Blessed be. And thank you so much to all of you that have joined, that have commented, that have joined the open talking circles. There will be another one on Wednesday, and I feel that this is the one. So that 1 hour of time out of your schedules, let's flow in this vibration of the Great Awakening. We are in it. We are in it. And whatever it looks like, whether you feel that it is or not, basically, for me, the Great Awakening is this. We choose fear or we choose love. We choose love or we choose fear. What do you do on a daily basis? That's a step into recognizing. Because it is not as easy to identify as we may think. Usually we're used to feeling, oh, it's fear, I'm feeling fear, right? Or I'm feeling uncomfortable, or I'm feeling discomfort. I would love to be feeling deep calm right now. But I'm feeling nervous. Our feelings are like the beautiful oceans and rivers that flow and flow and flow. However, the thing is, we do have choice. We do have awareness and consciousness, as we have spoken about so much. So how do we begin to more deeply realize what we're choosing? Because sometimes fear can be a little tight package, and all this loveliness is surrounding it. I'm giving my evaluation on this. It's because deep down inside I'm really fearful that it goes that way, but I'm giving it in such a way that it all feels so warm and cushy. We do this as humans. We have tricky minds sometimes. That's part of it, isn't it? The dog barks when we say tricky minds. Nature answers. Nature gives us the exclamation points sometimes. And so we're all, each and every one of us, human beings, glorious human beings, gorgeous human beings, are working on that, one way or the other. So the Great Awakening is here now with us, especially because those choices are so in our face at this moment, here and now. Are they not, dear ones? They are so magnified and being put right in front of us and saying, choose, 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 choose. And the choice happens not one time. It happens in the micro moment. It happens when we're in different situations. It happens when we're in different people, with different people. The choice is going on and on as life is going on and on. So we're going to dive more into that in this short video, which will be about 20 minutes. Okay, but before we do that, let's do this. We're out here together. as a branch says hello to me. Hello. We're out here together, here and now. So let's go in for a moment. Please come with me. Come with me, dear ones. Hands on hearts. Sink in with me. Sink in. Sink in. Yeah. We're getting quite close to sunset, and I felt to record this particular part at close to sunset. So feel the setting sun with me. As we are at the end of the day, and also in our world and our collective, we are at the end of an era, the end of lack consciousness, the end of top-down authority, the end of hunger and disease. Ui, annekiate! Of war. Of lack of integrity and honesty. Of lack itself. Of ideologies and beliefs that would oppress others and nature herself. We're at the end of this day, dear ones. The new day shall be born through all of us. If we so shall choose. Let's go deeper. And ask the Mother, the intelligent nature force of all life, the life-giving force, the upward spiral of life, to hold, feel held. In fact, put your arms around you. And feel held. Feel the whole earth. Ui, Anne. For your guides, your ancestors. Feel their connection to the earth. Feel that you belong here. Feel all sounds in this great web, this great weave of experience. This great weave of intelligence. In this great weave of life. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are the weave. Those grandmothers are here with us, and the mosquitoes are here with me too. It's all good. So we have covered the intro weave. And there's a few things that I would like to share about the weave. The web of life, so to say. If the web of life is the noun, the weave is the verb. Right? We are weavers of consciousness, and we are being woven by consciousness. The weave comes from Mother Nature herself, from nature, this intelligent nature itself, herself. And we belong to her. Our bodies, our cells belong to her. And she has, nature has her own protocols of life, some of which we have forgotten, and which we are now beginning to remember, reweave in. And I know this is spoken and has been spoken, and we have heard these words over and over, but I will tell you, we are just beginning to realize what that is. I know from myself, I realized when I actually left the United States and I went to a place that didn't exactly have that template, I had to detox from capitalism. I had to detox from being a consumer, and I wasn't even so deep inside of it anyway. It was interesting experience. I'd love to write about that at some point. I will do. Well, it took 2 years, almost 3 years. So that's a program, and a very strong program, and has a lot to do with our self-worth. That little mosquito is persistent. And we need to be persistent about how we perceive and how we work. So here's one point. Let me grab it because I wrote it specifically how I would love to share this. How the laws of nature themselves guide us. They cannot not guide us. They are always guiding us. And our part is to uphold our end of the bargain, our end of the connection. And it is like that. Oyate. And that is heart presence in nature. Heart presence. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, many of the old songs have that frequency in them, and it connects us deeply in. Okay. So my dear ones, we had the intro weave. We will go more into the weave, deep into the weave, in the online course, which is coming after this one, which is Liberation Tools in the Great Awakening. I will speak more about that at the end. The second part of this free 5-part series was a collective. I gave my take, a partial take on that. What is yours? The third part was the personal. How we are being manipulated and how we are being inspired to grow at the same time. I gave my partial offer on that. What is yours? The fourth part was for the children. I must say right now that I would like to have gone even deeper. Right? However, I'm leaving it at that for now. And I hope to create with some dear ones whole nother short series about the children for the children. So that's somewhere in my weave right here, coming forward. So I gave my take, my offer on that. What is yours? And I particularly enjoyed the open talking circle. So check that out if you feel inspired to do so. And now we are here. And so what I would love to offer, to gift, I feel touched in this moment as I'm blowing mosquitoes away, to stop right here for a moment. I love this earth so much. So when I heard myself say, what I have offered, what I have given, I want you to know my why again. I first stated it at the intro weave. Ooh. We're so loved. This multisensory beingness is just beginning, dear ones. We are so much more than we can imagine. And I have experienced it directly. Direct experience. I've experienced situations, spiritual journeys, things that I didn't even know were possible. That's why I'm here, because we are just so precious, beautiful beings, powerful, incredible, as nature is. And so would really, really love to experience that together with you, this awakening on this planet. And we start to get that. Yeah, there's my why again. So I have made a list of tips. And I'm going to read those for you. And we have about, let's call it 7 minutes to get through. So 25-minute video. So I want to say this. Yeah, okay. If we look past the present narrative, if we look past the so-called conspiracy theories, or if we look past our neighbors, our families, our pastors, our gurus, etc., we simply find ourselves and our own deep inner authority. And that for me is also the Great Awakening. This cosmic alignment, what is happening right now on our planet. Earth, galaxy, Mother Earth's own ascension that's happening right now. This intelligent being that many of us just think is a resource. Okay, here are my tips. Yeah, tips are coming. Where are those beautiful tips? All right, here they go. Here we go. I'm going to go through them right now. Go slower. Go slower. You know, just sometimes you're going through your day, and then just find a moment. Remember, go slower, and literally go slow on purpose. Like, you know, when you're in trance or you're in meditation and everything's so rich, so vibrant, and we just go. That's it. Go slow. Boy, Aniki. Scale down simplicity. You know, we don't need 5 bedrooms when we only have 2 kids. Just as a little example. Scale down simplicity. We don't need to keep up with the Joneses. We are the Joneses, right? We all are the Joneses. We are not entitled to anything. We are not entitled to anything. As we have been given everything. Life itself. Bigger picture perspective. Be the observer sometimes. Just be with yourself. Be in this connection. And then all of a sudden shoot up and look at the picture. Bigger picture. Be the observer. Clear your past experiences that do not feel good or simply that irritate you. If you have experiences back there like really irritated me or that was horrific, whatever spectrum you're working with, clear it, clear it, clear it. It's density. It's density in your space. You don't need it anymore. Find your way. Find what resonates to you and clear that. Feeling is healing. You need to feel it and go through the doorway. Then it's shifting. It doesn't have a hold any longer. Self-introspection. If you're not self-introspecting, why not? Get on in there. Get in there. Ask inquiry questions. Ask inquiry questions of life. Drop accusation questioning. Drop it. It's an energy suck, right? And it puts other people down. It tells them what you think about them. Pick up Nonviolent Communication book. Take what you need out of it and improve that communication. Work on that. It's a skill set. We will be going into that liberation tools. Top 5 communication points and how to start integrating them immediately. Changes life, changes relationships, helps you step back, stay in neutrality, watch. That's a power place right there. Whew. Write up a list of your beliefs and values. Here's what I tell my students. 3 columns. First column, what you believe, or what you think you believe, right? Just write them down. Think so long about is use different categories, perhaps workplace, relationship, actually relationship first, then workplace, and family, you know. And then write some specifics, just off the bat. Then pack it up, put it away, don't edit it. Come back to it the next day, 2 days, 3 days later. I usually suggest 3 days later. And then look at what you've written, and I'll feel into it. Oh, is it true? Is it true what I've written? Do I really? Okay, let me feel into it. First impulse, what percentage do I actually really believe it? Okay, 70%? Okay, what's the other 30? And go and do that work. No one else is going to do that for us, ever. When we know our foundation and where we sit, it's so empowering. We sit down for hours and do our taxes. Sit down for hours and do the most fundamental thing you could do to support yourself. Know your belief systems and values. Hey. Okay, gratitude medicine. Gratitude medicine. You know, humility is strength. I found that out once. I found that out, well, more than once. But one major time I'm thinking of as I'm looking at the clock is when Spirit put me on my head, literally. Right before I began a huge project out in nature. And empty that thing. Empty it. And literally it was whoop, on my head. And not only once, but 3 times in a row. That was beautiful. It was very interesting, a bit shocking, and very humbling in the moment because I wasn't alone. I had all my students with me. Not my students, these students. Thee. Yeah. So humility is strength. Ooh. Our immune systems are highly intelligent. I know many of you know that. And nutrition, physical activity, release old density, as we've just spoken about. And forgive. Forgive. Take your time and step into that doorway. It's not easy. It's a gift we give ourselves. Oh, and this major one, give love. Give love. You know, many of us feel, and perhaps we hear from movies and from books and stuff, it's like, love, I want my love, I want it this way, and da 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 da. But wow, there's great power in giving love. Because giving love helps us to receive love. And actually, part of the time, we just really want to give our love. Find something to love. I remember Marianne Williamson said, find something to love. Anything. Love it. Love you, Marianne. Okay. The revolution, the evolution will not be televised. It will not be televised, right? Gil Scott-Heron first coined that phrase in his amazing rap in the 70s. Revolution will not be televised. Yeah, it won't be. And the revolution is the evolution of our species. Check it out. Check it out for yourself. Feel that. Pause. Breathe. And feel the truth. Whatever it is for you. Bless be. Know and protect your sensitivity. Know and protect your sensitivity. So here's a thing that I feel as a healer, as a medicine woman, as a mother. Our sensitivity is very important. Extremely important. Because as you grow spiritually, as you grow more conscious, your sensitivity is your guide. And our sensitivity is very important to consciously move into dimensions, other dimensions. We slip in and out now, mostly unconsciously as humans. But when you come to a certain place in your knowing and knowing your vehicle and your story and how you wish to navigate that, and you sink in there, then going between dimensions is not difficult. Actually, it's really simple for us human beings. And our sensitivity is the guide. And also timelines, sensitivity. That's why I have been observing as a communications major and with a lot of psychology courses in the back, how our sensitivity has been numbed down for generations. These devices, media, ooh. So there's two kind of traumas I'm working with as a healer. We're going to go to half an hour, I'm sorry. Here we go. That is the trauma that is intense, destructive, and power over another human being, which is usually smaller. This is when we get into the abuses. We all know what that is. Tough stuff. Really awful, horrible, demeaning experiences which you can come back from, which you can heal, absolutely. And it can empower, it can change. So find the person you resonate with and go there, my dear ones. Blessings. And there's another kind of trauma that's called normalized trauma. That is simply when your sensitivity is stepped over, seemingly subtle, again and again and again and again, that it becomes normalized. And this is the kind of trauma that our children are receiving when they're watching very destructive material. I've not seen such grotesque content on television and film in my life. That I have seen in the last 10 to 12, 15 years on television. I mean, you have decapitations, you have any number of violent acts. And our psyches just can't filter in, actually. We just put it in a special place. And it begins that we begin to embody like a conditional fear in our foundation. Right? And it's dark, and it's like a material that is difficult to touch because it's become so normalized. Right? It's very fine work for healers, energy healers. Right? So please don't sit your kids in front of this destructive, soul-destructive material. Get them outside in nature. Right? I'm not saying cut everything off and go the other way, because kids are going to want what is forbidden, for sure. Um, Make a discussion and choose together. At some point they will have to experience some of these things, but with an inquiry, with an openness, and with speaking afterwards. Okay, this sort of numbing down of our society and suppressing our sensitivity is rife in our world, and it is control also mechanism of. Look at your psychology, read up on this, please, for the sake of our children. And how do you feel safe? Truly. Way down here, way in the seat. And that will guide your knowing of when you're running fear and when you're running love patterns. Fear and love are not always these big feelings or emotions that are there. They're very subtle sometimes, right? And we don't necessarily emanate love because we say, I love you, I love you, I love you, constantly. Oh, love is creation itself. Love is a beautiful gift of life. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing and spreading consciousness now. There's never been a more important time that we do this on the planet. Whatever you're sharing, do it with consciousness and love. I'm sending my love to you. I hope that you join us on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. CET, 10:30 a.m. PST. I'm getting used to this whole being in social media. It's been the last few years that I've stepped more and more into it, and I'm mostly not very consistent. But hey, it's fine with me because this is my domain. And check out Liberation Tools and the Great Awakening. That starts on the 26th of April. 5 parts, 3 hours each. We are diving in. We are diving in deep. That's it. That's me. Blessed be. Ahe Ashe. Much love.